Welcome to Alpha Equine Breeding Center. Located in Granbury, Texas, about 45 minutes west of Fort Worth, this outstanding facility plays host to some of the cutting industry's top sires. As their name suggests, Alpha Equine is much more than just a stallion station. They're a complete breeding center dedicated to total mare and foal care and year-round management in addition to their stallion services. Owned and run by Dr. M.C. Baker and his wife Kay, Alpha Equine has the unique feature of having a veterinarian owner that lives right on the facility, which provides added safety for the horses. This view of the foaling barn is from the front deck of the Baker's home, and as you can see, they're only seconds away from the mares when it comes time to deliver a foal.
We foal out about 125 to 150 mares a year. All that is done inside. My wife and I foal out every mare. We're there with every mare, and a helper stays that is accustomed to our methods of foaling mares out until these foals get up and nurse during the night. And all mares that do foal need some kind of help, in my opinion. I think that 90% of the mares do have some difficulty foaling.
These draft horses are a very unique feature of Alpha Equine. Used as plasma donors, their heavily immunized blood helps jumpstart the newborn foals' lives and supply precious life-saving plasma to horses with diseases such as West Nile virus. Alpha Equine is a leader in producing and selling this valuable plasma to veterinarian clinics and ranches across the country.
Well, we use the equine plasma from plasma donor mares that we hyper-immunize against a lot of the horse diseases, and we draw that plasma every 3 weeks. After the mares foal, we give all these foals a liter of plasma the day after they're born. And this has got a lot of antibodies against the rhodococcus bacteria in it, as well as the distemper bacteria. And this just gives these foals kind of a jump start in life and gives them better protection up until they're the age where you can start to vaccinate them. We use it up at the veterinary hospital on a lot of colic surgeries. And what it does is it has a lot of IgG in it, as well as the antibodies against the various diseases, such as West Nile, the other slinking sicknesses.
An elaborate breeding center can only be successful if it has a high-quality staff to run and maintain it. And Alpha Equine is thriving for just that reason.
Our staff here at Alpha Equine is, in my opinion, very superb. Our office girls are both very experienced horsewomen. They're good bookkeepers. They know pedigrees. They know the cutting arena very well. They both show and have been in the horse business for a very long time.
When we receive the phone calls in, we're the ones that talk to the customers. A lot of our customers are new. Some of them are not familiar with the breeding process. A lot of them are. We're prepared to answer questions, help them make decisions. They'll ask us questions about the stallions.
In addition to being able to breed your mares to one of the top stallions standing at the ranch, Alpha Equine also acts as a receiving station, so customers have the ability to breed their mares to stallions standing all over the world.
And we also offer the services to breed to stallions we don't stand. We call those receive semen mares. And those, we put a little neck band on them and write in what stallion we receive semen from. We do all of the arrangements. We do a lot of foaling out of mares here. We've got a foaling barn across the highway. A lot of mares come here to foal out and then be bred. Some of them just foal out, and that's part of our program.
One of my main responsibilities here at Alpha Equine is to take care of the stallions. I take care of the farrier requirements, their vaccinations. Each stallion has a different exercise routine. Some stallions may have to go on the walker 2 times a day. Other stallions may have to be ridden. It just depends on the requirements that each stallion needs. One of my first jobs in the morning is I go through each barn and check each barn. So the first barn I go to check is the foal barn. It's either got mares due to foal in it, or we actually wean our foals into it. So there's always horses in that barn for me to check. And then I come across the street and I check the stallion barns next, and then walk through each of the other barns just to make sure everyone's nice and healthy.
Alpha Equine is truly a full-service breeding center, but the core of this beautiful facility lies with the stallions. Alpha Equine stands a lineup of some of the very top stallions in the cutting industry, and as with the mares and foals, they receive the absolute best care possible.
On our stallion situation, we provide two separate stallion barns, and we've got one man that's allocated just to the stallion barns, and that's his primary job. He doesn't go into the other barns so that we eliminate chances of transmitting any respiratory disease or any disease into the stallion barns. Another young man goes to the stallion barn and brings them up to the collection barn, and that's the only time he has any association with the stallions, is during that time period. So when he leads those stallions to the stallion barn in the collection room, they know exactly what they're coming up here for, and as a result of that, we feel that they perform much better. One thing different about our breeding facility over most of them is we don't own any stallions. They're all owned by outside people, and if you come to look at one stallion, we try to show you all the stallions that we have. We try never to be selective for you or push one stallion over another one.
From artificial insemination at the ranch to shipping both cooled and frozen semen, the ranch can service mares all over the world.
My son really runs a breeding operation. I do all the palpations on the mares, so you've actually got a veterinarian that's palpating your mares that hopefully I have enough experience to do so. I've been doing it for 40 years. And my son collects all the stallions. He breeds the mares. He prepares all the semen for shipment. And we have one girl that's in charge of making all the airline reservations for the ship semen, and helps prepare the semen and packaging it. Our exercise program, the stallions are exercised daily. They're either ridden by a very competent young lady out in the pastures, or else we've got one of the freestyle walkers that we put the stallions on. The walker will hold 6 horses, but due to the value of the stallions that we have, we only put one stallion on at a time, and the person in charge of them stands there the whole time and watches them to make sure that they don't get themselves into any trouble.
When it comes to embryo transfers, Alpha Equine manages the entire procedure and offers the mare owner their choice of transfer centers.
We let the mare owner decide which facility that they want to send their embryo. And of course we flush those embryos out at 8 days post-breeding and ovulation. And then we transport those mares to whichever embryo facility they want to have the embryo transfer done in. We do 150 to 200 embryo transfers a year, or are in charge of managing those mares that have the embryo transfers done on them. We also maintain the recipient herd of pregnant recipient mares, and a lot of the recipient mares, as we well know, are a little harder to handle than the average mare, and so we've got a staff of young ladies mostly that handle these mares and get them gentle, and get them so that they are in good shape to foal. And the way our facility is set up is we can individualize the mares a great deal more than just turn them out in a bunch of pastures that are dusty and muddy and so on. We've got very big, spacious stalls. They're 12 by 20. They're heavily bedded. And so these mares can be put in the stalls and bonded to the foal very well.
To help ensure the very best in nutrition, Alpha Equine raises their own coastal hay and feeds 3 times a day with proportions tailored for each individual horse. The ranch also has enlisted the services of Dr. Jim Ward from Nutrina Cargill Animal Nutrition. The closely monitored feeding program helps with the fertility of the horses.
Well, I'm Dr. Jim Ward. I'm a veterinarian that works for Cargill Animal Nutrition, Nutrina. and we're proud to be associated with Alpha Equine. It's a high-quality operation, and we do their nutritional program. And horses that are coming in are weighed on arrival. They're assigned a number. Their nutrition program is planned based on their body weight, their body size, and the nutritional needs that we've calculated that they'll need to enhance their breeding performance. So what we like to do is work very closely with this organization to be sure that we're doing our part to make this the very best operation we can make. Each horse out here is treated as an individual and is fed as such. And they have a very good staff that monitors this, and we work closely with them to be sure that their nutritional needs are met. And so it's a pleasure to work with Alpha Equine.
To help ensure clean conditions and reduce the chance of spreading diseases, Alpha Equine stalls are completely disinfected and resurfaced at the end of each breeding season. And with fly control being a main concern, the stalls are cleaned twice a day, and several methods are used to nearly eliminate the pests.
One of the other things that are very important to us is fly control. We try to control our flies by 3 or 4 methods. One of them is we use fly bait after the aisles of the barn have been swept. We use quick strike strips that actually kill the flies. We use fly predators that eat the fly larvae or the eggs. And then the other thing that's probably most important is we haul all of our manure off at least a mile away and stockpile it and mulch it.
Alpha Equine is truly an innovative, technologically advanced breeding center that has the care and safety of your mares and foals foremost in their minds. The huge facility with its many grass pastures and paddocks provides ample room for your horses, and the well-rounded staff is highly trained in providing for all of their needs. From the young men and interns who work in the barns to the office staff and stallion handlers, Dr. Baker has assembled a team that he is proud to represent his facility. Whether you're simply wanting to breed a single mare to one of their outstanding stallions, or you need full year-round management and care for a herd of mares and foals, Dr. Baker and Alpha Equine can assist in setting up a successful breeding program tailored to meet your exact needs. Call today and start breeding for the future.